Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. In today's story, Tuna and her child are left alone on a rainy day with no one willing to help until Alex notices them and makes a choice that changes everything. What happens after that decision may surprise you. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy emotional, dramatic stories like this. The rain fell lightly but steadily, turning the narrow dirt road into a slick, dangerous stretch that wound through dense forest. Fog hung low between the trees and cold wind crept through every gap in the car, carrying the chill deep into the bones. Alex was in the mountains for a routine project survey, focused on the road ahead as he eased through a sharp curve. Then he saw them. By the roadside, barely visible through the mist, was a very young woman huddled under a torn raincoat. She was clutching a small child tightly to her chest, her body bent forward as if shielding him from the wind. Alex instinctively slowed down. The driver hesitated, ready to continue past, but Alex spoke immediately. "Stop the car." The vehicle came to a halt. Alex stepped out into the rain and approached slowly. The girl looked up, startled. Her face was pale, lips tinged purple from the cold, eyes red and swollen with exhaustion and fear. The child in her arms, Henry, was burning with fever. His breathing was shallow and uneven, interrupted by weak coughing fits that shook his small body. Alex lowered his voice. "What's wrong?" The girl tried to stand but nearly collapsed. Her legs trembled, barely able to hold her weight. She steadied herself against the ground and spoke in a shaking voice. "I'm taking my child to the hospital. He has a very high fever. I couldn't find any vehicle." Alex crouched down and placed the back of his hand gently on Henry's forehead. The heat was immediate and alarming. "Get in the car," Alex said without hesitation. "I'll take you to the hospital right now." The girl shook her head instinctively. "I don't know you, Alex didn't raise his voice. He didn't argue. He simply said, calmly and firmly, "In this weather, your child won't last long. Get in the car." She looked down at her son. Henry whimpered softly, his breathing labored, his small fingers curling weakly into her coat. Fear, suspicion, and helplessness collided inside her. In the end, fear for her child won. She nodded. Still shaking, she climbed into the back seat, holding Henry tightly against her chest. The car pulled away, leaving the empty road and the fog behind. In that moment, Tuna didn't suddenly trust Alex, but she clung to the only chance she had left. Inside the car, warmth slowly replaced the biting cold, but exhaustion hit her all at once. After a sleepless night, running through rain and wind with a feverish child in her arms, her body began to give out. Her vision blurred. Henry whimpered again, his face flushed deep red. Tuna tried to adjust her coat to cover him better, but her hands shook so badly she couldn't even fasten the buttons. Alex noticed through the rearview mirror. Without saying much, he removed his jacket and passed it back. "Wrap the baby with this." "No, so you don't need to," Tuna whispered. "Cover the child first," Alex said. He then handed her a bottle of water. "Drink a little." She took the bottle with trembling hands and managed a few small sips. Her throat burned less. Her breathing steadied slightly. "The hospital? Is it far?" she asked, her voice tight with fear. Alex checked the time. "About 15 minutes. Keep him warm." The car jolted over a pothole. Tuna gasped softly as dizziness washed over her, her body swaying. To distract her, Alex spoke again. "What's your name?" "Tuna," she replied quietly. "I'm Alex," he said. "When we get there, tell them I brought you."
"It'll be faster." Those few words didn't erase her fear, but they anchored her. The steady hum of the engine, the certainty in Alex's voice, something inside her loosened just enough to breathe. They reached the county hospital under grey skies. Alex moved quickly. He called for an emergency stretcher, lifted Henry carefully, and made sure he was taken inside without delay. Tuna followed, her steps unsteady, barely aware of anything except the doors closing behind her child. When the doctor asked about Henry's condition, Tuna's voice failed her. Her body shook too badly to speak clearly. Alex stepped in calmly. "High fever since last night, persistent coughing, wheezing, weak, listless." The doctors acted immediately. Oxygen tests, IV lines.
Tuna stood outside the emergency room staring at the door. Her mind repeated one thought over and over. "Please hold on." A nurse approached with a payment slip. Tuna looked down at the number and froze. She searched her wallet, only a few wrinkled bills. As a 17-year-old single mother with no stable income, that amount might as well have been a wall. Her ears rang, her legs weakened. She took 2 steps and collapsed in the hallway. When she opened her eyes, she was lying on an emergency bed. A doctor explained she had low blood sugar and severe exhaustion. Alex stood nearby. "You fainted," he said quietly. "I called the doctor. I've paid the hospital fees, so your child can be treated right away." Tuna sat up in panic. "No, I can't accept that."
"I don't even know you." Alex looked toward the emergency room door. "Right now, the only thing that matters is your child getting treated on time." He handed her a box of milk and a container of warm porridge. "Eat. If you collapse again, who will take care of him?" Tuna took the porridge. Tears spilled down her face, not because of hunger, but because for the first time in a long time, someone treated her like a person who mattered. Henry's fever gradually came down. Relief barely settled when Tuna's phone began buzzing non-stop. Nam and Mrs. Huang, Nam's mother. She turned the phone off. Minutes later, a sharp voice echoed down the hallway. "Tuna, where are you hiding?" Mrs. Huang stormed in, followed by Nam. Nam glanced into the sick room and sneered. "I heard you don't have money. I came to take my child back." "Henry is being treated," Tuna said firmly. "Don't make trouble." Mrs. Huang pointed at her. "No money, no right to pretend to be a mother." Nam tried to push past. Tuna blocked the door, her body shaking, but her voice steady. "No one takes my child while he's sick. It's my child," Nam snapped. "My name is on the birth certificate." Before Tuna could respond, Alex stepped forward. "This is a hospital," he said coldly. "Your behavior is disturbing patients." Nam glared. "Who are you?" "The one who brought the child here and paid the bills," Alex replied. "If you want anything, follow proper procedures. Don't cause chaos." Security arrived. Nam and Mrs. Huang were escorted out, shouting threats as they left. The hallway fell silent.
Tuna turned to Alex, her voice breaking. "I'm sorry. I dragged you into my mess." Alex shook his head. "This isn't your mess. It's their irresponsibility." And for the first time that day, Tuna believed she might not be completely alone. The hallway stayed quiet after security led Nam and Mrs. Huang away. The tension didn't disappear all at once. It slowly drained from Tuna's shoulders, leaving behind a deep, shaking fatigue. She leaned against the wall, breathing unevenly, her eyes fixed on the closed door of the emergency room. Alex stood beside her, not rushing, not saying anything unnecessary. He waited until her breathing steadied. A nurse came out with an update. Henry's fever was responding to the medication. He would need to stay overnight for observation, but the worst had passed. Tuna pressed her hands together in front of her chest, whispering thanks under her breath. Relief washed over her so suddenly that her knees felt weak again. Alex helped her sit down. From that moment on, he didn't step away. He asked the doctor detailed questions about the treatment plan, the medication schedule, what signs to watch for if the fever returned. He listened carefully, repeating key points so Tuna could remember them later. When paperwork was needed, he stood beside her, pointing to where she needed to sign, explaining each line in simple terms. Tuna noticed everything. She noticed that he didn't speak loudly or try to show authority. He didn't act like a savior. He acted like someone who understood responsibility. That night, Henry's fever spiked again. Tuna panicked the moment she felt his skin grow hot. Her hands shook as she stepped into the hallway, tears blurring her vision. She didn't even know which direction to run. Alex heard her voice immediately. He was outside, on the phone, arranging follow-up medication. The moment he saw her face, he ended the call and moved quickly. He called the nurse, checked Henry's chart, and spoke calmly, telling Tuna to breathe, to stay with him. "I'm here," he said. "You're not alone." The nurse adjusted the drip. The doctor reassured them it was a normal reaction and would stabilize soon. Slowly, Henry's breathing eased again. Tuna slid down into a chair, covering her face with her hands. For the first time, she allowed herself to cry, not quietly, not politely, but fully. Alex didn't interrupt. He stayed close, letting the moment pass. Late that night, footsteps echoed down the hallway. Alex looked up and saw his mother approaching. She was dressed neatly, her posture straight, her expression controlled. The hospital lights reflected off her polished shoes, making her presence feel out of place in the dim corridor. "What are you doing here so late?" she asked. Alex answered honestly. "Helping a child in emergency." Her eyes moved from Alex to Tuna, then to the room where Henry lay sleeping. She paused, her gaze sharp and assessing. "Who is she?" she asked. "A single mother," Alex replied. "She's in trouble." His mother's lips pressed together. Her voice dropped, firm and cold. "Alex, you're a CEO. You shouldn't get involved with a 17-year-old girl who already has a child. Do you want trouble brought into this family? Do you want people saying you're being taken advantage of?" The words hit Tuna like a physical blow. She stood frozen, staring down at her own hands. Her clothes were still damp, her nails chipped. In that moment, she felt the gap between their worlds stretch wide and unforgiving. Tuna reached for Alex's sleeve. "Please don't argue with your mother because of me," she said quietly. I can handle it myself." Alex turned toward her. "How?" Tuna didn't answer. Alex faced his mother again. "I'm helping, because it's the right thing to do." His mother lowered her voice, pressure in every word. "You can help with money. You don't need to stay. You don't need to get involved." Alex shook his head. "I'll help the way I believe is right, and I'll take responsibility for it." "If you insist," his mother said sharply, "you'll bear the consequences yourself." "I accept," Alex replied. The silence that followed was heavy. Tuna, overwhelmed by guilt, whispered that she wanted to discharge Henry early. She didn't want Alex dragged deeper into this because of her. The doctor had advised more observation, but shame pressed hard against her chest. Alex stopped her immediately. Don't sacrifice your child's health because of someone else's words. But I don't want you, Tuna began. Tuna, Alex interrupted gently. I'm helping because your child deserves care.
Not to make you feel indebted. Saving your child is not something to be ashamed of. Her control finally broke. She cried openly, her voice shaking as she admitted the truth. I'm scared. I'm only 17. I thought I was strong. But standing here, seeing the bills, I feel so small. I don't want to owe anyone. I just want my child to live. Alex spoke slowly, carefully. Then let me help you make sure he lives. You can work later, pay back later. Today, don't corner yourself. Those words stayed with her. The next day, Nam and Mrs. Huang returned. This time, they came louder, angrier, claiming they had heard rumors of a rich man paying hospital bills. Nam declared he would file for custody. Mrs. Huang accused Tuna of clinging to a man to raise the child.
Tuna's body trembled, fear and anger colliding inside her. Alex stepped forward again, but this time his tone was different, clear, unyielding. If you want custody, do it legally, he said. But while the child is being treated, any disturbance will be reported to the hospital and local authorities. He looked directly at Nam. Being a father isn't about a signature, it's about what you do when your child is sick. Today you didn't come because you care, you came because you heard there was money. Nam opened his mouth, then closed it again. He had no answer. Security escorted them out once more. The hallway felt different afterward, quieter, safer. Henry recovered fully. On discharge day, Tuna held the papers with trembling hands. She looked at the remaining costs, then at Alex. I'll work and pay you back. Alex nodded. Not right now. You and your child come first. He helped arrange follow-up appointments, made sure medication was secured, and quietly found suitable work near the district so Tuna could earn while still caring for Henry. Alex's mother remained opposed. Words about reputation and future didn't stop. But Alex didn't argue anymore. He responded with time, consistency, and responsibility. Tuna watched everything. She saw him sit outside the ward all night. She saw him remember medicine schedules better than she did. She saw him listen without judgment. One afternoon, during a follow-up visit, rain fell lightly, just like the day they met. Henry, now healthy, ran across the yard and grabbed Alex's hand.
Uncle Alex, are you coming to my house today? Tuna blushed. Henry, don't say that. Alex smiled and looked at her. If you allow. Tuna stayed silent for a long time. Then she said softly, My life isn't easy. I have many scars. I don't need your life to be perfect, Alex replied. I just want a chance to stay, properly. Tuna looked at Henry, then back at Alex and nodded. Not loudly, not dramatically, but enough. The story didn't begin at the hospital. It began on that rainy road when Alex stopped the car and said, Get in. I'll take you both to the hospital right away. This story follows Tuna, a young single mother, and her son, Henry, during one of the hardest moments of their lives.
When Henry falls seriously ill, Tuna is left desperate and alone, struggling to get help with no money and no support. By chance, Alex notices them and decides to step in, taking them to the hospital and covering the urgent medical costs. As Henry fights to recover, Tuna faces pressure from her child's father and grandmother, who try to take Henry away during his treatment. Alex stands firmly by Tuna, protecting her and insisting that everything be handled legally and responsibly. Despite opposition from his own mother and social judgment, Alex continues to help in practical ways. Through fear, conflict, and compassion, the story shows how one decision can turn abandonment into hope and change the course of two lives forever.